Hello and welcome back to the Lee Summit Town Hall podcast. I am your host, Nick Parker. This is a good time to remind the good people of Lee Summit that this podcast is brought to you by the fine folks at Budget Blinds of Lee Summit. They are your home for signature series shades. They're also a great local company run by a great local family. They do a lot in the community. They are everywhere. They support many of our local nonprofits. They're active in the community, and they just love being a part of it. And also, look, when you want cool stuff for your house, when you want great window treatments, even some other things, I've got a throw pillow. Throw pillow. My Southern Missouri roots came out there. My throw pillar. I've got a throw pillow that I designed there myself. We went in, we got on the computers in there and made a little design, and they've had the fabric printed, made a throw pillow for us. Pretty cool. And as we've said before, if you want those robot shades, if you want to be able to control them with your Siri, your Alexa, whatever, your Google device, hey Siri, open my shades, you can do that.
That's awesome.
That's right. They are there. So when you're ready to make your home an awesome home, go see our friends at Budget Blinds of Lee Summit. Tell them Nick sent you. All right, you ready for this week's episode? We just finished one festival a little over a week ago, and it's time for another awesome fest. With me this week, Collin Brich, the community manager at Bridge Space, home of the vault where we record this podcast, and it's getting ready. We are 9 days away from the second annual Lee Summit Jazz Fest. Collin, welcome back.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm looking at 9 days, 22 hours, I think.
Yeah, you got
25 minutes.
You got a countdown there at lsjazzfest.com.
That is the link. Yep, that's where you'll find tickets, all details about the event, who's playing, who our sponsors are. You know, it'll tell you everything you want to know for the big day, which, again, 9 days, June 28th.
Yeah, Saturday, June 28th, noon to 8.
Mm-hmm.
It is all day jazz.
All day jazz. Come and go as much as you want to. 12, that's a pretty good time to start. 8 p.m. I mean, gosh, how many hours? No, obviously.
The maths are hard, but we're going to say 8 hours. I am no math genius.
It's just right here, in Bridge Space, which is just right on the other side of the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
Most people, the old post office building, right?
Last year was great. The inaugural festival. Almost 1,000 people, I think, tickets there.
We probably did have, I think, 1,000, but as far as counting and all that fun stuff, what we didn't give was sponsors, because we treat our sponsors great and we want their employees to come, their friends, their family. But yeah, I'd say about like 950, almost 1,000 people.
Yeah, that was great. It was a fun day. It was a long day. It was a fun day. I had fun. I got to be the MC. I'll be an MC again this year. I had my buddy Ron Dyer with me from Dyer Oil Graphics. He's coming back, and we're adding a third MC this year. Megan Mercer from the Pretty Funny improv troupe. We're around town. If you're active in the chamber, you know Megan.
Everyone knows Megan.
But if you haven't checked out her improv crew, Pretty Funny, it's pretty funny.
It's more than that.
It's awesome, and they've got another show coming up too. So we're gonna have fun as the MCs. We're gonna hang out. There's lots of great music coming out. If you're a fan of jazz, even if you're new to jazz, coming out, it's a good
time to do it.
It's a blast. We're gonna have great music all day long, and for what are ticket prices?
$20.
$20 tickets
all day,
and
festival.
you can come and go. You get a wristband, so you can come and go.
Mm-hmm.
If you maybe want to go shop downtown in between some of the acts, you can go do that. Go treat, go help support some of our local businesses downtown, and
small business,
and then
shopping.
come back, right? Come back for more music. It's just a cool thing.
It is a cool thing. I mean, that's what's so cool about it being here at Bridge Space in downtown. Like $20 all day. Let's say you want to go have dinner or something. We're going to have food trucks here, but if you're like something else downtown, you can go out there and then just come right back.
All right, let's talk about food at the festival, because I mean, really, honestly, we got some good stuff coming. Levante Tacos, which I think they've got it's a great locally owned food truck business. I think a lot of people in Lee Summit know them. They're around a lot. They're here at Bridge Space almost every Friday. There's a certain local banker in town who is here every Friday morning for his Levante Tacos. He knows who he is. He knows.
Every Friday, I just know that I'm spending money.
Yeah.
In a good way.
There's another Bridge Space member here who she calls it her Friday treat. She treats
Mhm.
herself. She's like, I look forward to this.
Yeah.
This is the thing. So Levante, the tacos are great. If you don't know, the nachos.
Don't give our secrets away.
I mean, I didn't actually, when I finally tried, because I'd seen it on the menu, but I love tacos. I mean, we all know that for me, tacos equals greatness. But Jazz Fest last year,
Yeah.
I tried the nachos. I think they had some, it was pork.
Yep.
It was al pastor or something.
Something
It was
delicious.
so good.
Yeah.
Like, Ron bought a plate to share. I did not share.
I don't blame you.
So
don't.
Here's what's so cool though is during the day watching Levante have to cross things off their list.
That's pretty cool
because people were buying so many tacos.
Sold out.
Yeah, sold out of stuff. Also coming, one of my favorite places in the entire metro, Jazzy B's Barbecue.
Mhm.
Well, I think sleeper,
Big sleeper,
one of the top spots in KC Barbecue. And actually, I posted this the other day. His burn ends.
Mm-hmm.
They might be taking the top spot in KC area burn ends.
I'll agree with you there. I do love a good burn end,
and his ribs are money.
It's inspiring.
Every single time. Like, look, a lot of places you go, most of the time they're good. Sometimes they're hit.
You know when you're eating.
Every single time, ribs are good.
Consistency.
Yeah. So Jazzy B's will be out there with his barbecue, and then Collin, you worked a little magic.
I did.
Somebody's bringing margaritas.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have margaritas from our friends right across the street. If you don't know, across the bridge space is El Plato Mexican cuisine. They are fantastic.
Oh,
and they are going to do margaritas, I believe, out of their own 10x10 space. We talked about some food, but I think a majority of what they're going to do is stick to the margaritas side of things, the big ones.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. There have been at least 2 or 3 times that I've gone across the street for a lunch margarita with some tacos.
Yeah, on Fridays.
Yeah. Well, if I have the breakfast taco from Levante,
wash it down with
on Friday morning, right? And then at lunch, I go get some lunch tacos and a margarita from El Plato. I feel like I'm trying to hit everybody, right? I'm sharing the downtown love.
Yeah, agreed. So I'm excited that I mean, that's a trifecta.
And then Embrace the Grape is out with drinks.
Yep.
So if you want some drinks, that they'll be out as well.
Some signature cocktails.
They have some signature cocktails. They've got some beer. It's June. It's likely going to be hot. So there'll be water available too.
Yeah. But also what we advertise on our website too is because this is an event that people can come and sit down at. We encourage you to bring like lawn chairs and blankets.
Yeah.
Anything like that. You can bring in a cooler that has some water in it for you. Absolutely. I mean, that's with that hot. I mean, you remember how hot it was?
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Is the misting area going to be back this year?
I think it's going to make an appearance. I can confirm nor deny that. It requires just me climbing up on the tree and putting it up there.
I might have made the audio guy a little nervous when I went and did a couple of bits from underneath the misting station with the wireless microphone.
I mean, it was needed though,
I needed to cool off.
Yeah. So that's why we encourage everyone to bring in their own chairs with little backs, covers, umbrellas. It's important. We got it on the website. You'll see it right there. Talks all about it. lsjazzfest.com.
June 28th, 12 to 8. You can buy your tickets, like you just said, lsjazzfest.com. All right, let's talk about the music. This is what it's about. I mean, I know I always start with tacos.
It's not about food.
I always start with tacos. But look, it's not about me. It's not about me, Collin.
We're going to have some good bands there.
Yeah. So let's talk about the musical acts. Who do we have coming?
Yeah. So, right at 12, we're going to start off with the Lee Summit students, similar to how we had last year at the inaugural.
Which is awesome.
Amazing group of kids, like fantastic musicians and inspiring, and musicians that are going to play. I mean, they start right at 12. So that's like that first initial start, and they got a good set list. And then right after that, KC area youth jazz rolls in right around 12:50. So there's always a little bit of a break in between. You're talking 10 minutes or so.
Listen, if you were here last year and if you remember the Can You Kazoo contest,
oh yeah,
it's coming back. We're twisting it up a little bit. We're making a little adjustment so that it's still a little fresh this year. But yeah, having
Excited
some
for
fun
that.
in between acts while they set up and move equipment. And
You got to
things.
call me up for something fun. I'm happy to
We'll
participate.
do that. And they're going to be. We're working on some other bits. We're gonna have some good stuff.
Something that's geared to me that I can win. Is that what you're? Is it a competition?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll have a little pitching competition. We'll get back to your old baseball roots.
Let's go. I'll throw 80 and my arm out. So I'm excited for that.
By the way, you just talking about throwing 80 made my shoulder hurt. All right, after the youth jazz, who do we have?
So after the Lee Summit Students 12, KC Air Youth Jazz 12:50, we're going into Paganova right after that at 1:55, and then Horoscope at 3:00, which I believe both of those are going to be brand new to this festival. Similar musicians that I know who have played in other bands, just similar, people that came together from last year are going to be in a different group this year. So
Awesome.
And they rocked it last year. Then after that, after 3, you're going to have Brad Gregory at 4:05. And then we're kind of closing out with Adam Larson at 5:10. And then, of course, our reason for this whole big festival, the Lee Summit Jazz Orchestra at 6:15. But then Adam and the Lee Summit Jazz Orchestra are going to play together until the very end.
Which I think is really like that's jazz, right? It's collaboration. It's these people coming together and making awesome music. And it's really awesome. So this is a fundraiser event. This is for a fundraiser for the Lee Summit Jazz Orchestra. We're also going to give some funds to Lee Summit Creates, which is a local arts organization that they do stuff to support local artists, other artists organizations as well.
Absolutely.
So this is a fundraiser for those two nonprofits. So we want everybody to remember that. This is we're doing good with this, as well as just having some fun with music and food. But man, if people don't know about the Jazz Orchestra yet, they should. They play a regular show at Libations and Company right here in downtown. Yes. Kudos to owner Seth Allen and that little joint, because it has become really a hub of jazz and blues in Kansas City.
Speak of Libations, they're one of our sponsors, which we haven't thanked yet, but Libations with one of them, and the Jazz Orchestra playing there has been a big thing, of course, to get there, just their confidence levels up, and I mean, they're playing with a big crowd this festival, and so I mean, plus rolling into the evening with Adam at the very end.
And these are all great musicians.
It's gonna be killer.
And, you might know them as just some of them. A lot of them are just they're teachers in the district, so you know them, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, they have this talent too.
A lot of them, I think, were in some way, educational leaders.
Well, I'll let you do your job.
Yes.
You want to do a little bit of list some of those sponsors that are making this possible?
Absolutely. Well, the big ones, heavy hitters, a lot of them, the grants and stuff like that it takes to put on a festival like this. The Lee Summit, Cultural Arts Foundation is huge, and we love that they have supported us for a second straight year. Same with HMF Bedoin Family Foundation. They're just great and has helped us with this entire process and what it takes to put this on, and those good chunks of funds, go properly, being spent here. Rural Roll-Offs, they're always they're a Bridge Space member, and we love to have them out here. Thermo King Windows, the Lee Summit Symphony, our friends at the Salon de Christ right across the street from us, in the back, State Farm with Brett Farrar. I believe that's how you say his name. I'm not going to try again, but Brett, you know who you are. Midnight Blue Jazz, and then that one is actually it's hard to read from here, but I think that's the Rock Orchestra of Kansas City.
Yeah.
Love their logo. I think it's super sweet. But then, of course, Luminate Home Loans, Southern Bank, Libations, Hawthorne Bank, and then you have our food, Levante, Jazzy Bees, Pay More, Hy-Vee, and Neon Jazz. So we have quite a lot. Are you guys
and yours truly, linked to Lee Summit,
linked to Lee Summit, which I'll make sure that you are added in there, nice bright.
Yeah, I was wondering why I don't have my logo there.
So there's a lot of companies, a lot of people, a lot of passionate people who are part of this arts and local community have really wanted to help this event stay and be a success.
Last year you came on the show and you were helping, promote the event, and it was fun because you were relatively new to jazz. Yeah. You're just kind of digging into it and having some fun. What was awesome? What blew you away last year that made you really ready and excited to bring it back this year?
Yeah, I mean, first off, you have a preconceived notion of what you think jazz is, and if you're not a fan of jazz or you haven't indulged yourself, that's always going to stay the same, right?
Right.
But after listening to even the students group, holy moly, like open your eyes and your mind to just what's possible with musicians, yes, but just music and what it can make you feel. All these guys, like I have bought so many records. I listen to vinyl, and I went to the Green Lady Lounge. Like I'm doing all these things I never do, with my wife, of course, and she's there by my side and she loves it. But my most recent fans of a new band, OJT,
Nice.
yeah, Organ Jazz Trio. I bought their stuff from the Green Lady Lounge. I don't know. Jazz to me means something more different than just a festival now.
That's awesome.
It's part
That's
of me.
that's cool that you found a thing.
Yeah.
Like you found a new thing to add into your, and that's what we want with music, right? What we
Mhm.
want with art is like you find something that speaks to you.
Kansas City's pretty big on this whole jazz thing.
Yeah. Hey,
Learn that out too.
It's got a little bit of a history. You know,
A little bit of history.
my son who just graduated high school,
Yeah,
one of his things this summer is he's like, "You guys have never taken me to the Jazz Museum. Let's go to the Jazz Museum."
that's awesome.
And I realized at first I was going to argue like, "Oh no, of course we have." No, I've never been with him. Dad kept that for himself.
Well, that's good. You get to share.
Not on purpose, but apparently, like I until I thought about it, like, oh yeah, I have never taken you there.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, so we're gonna add that. We're gonna add that to the list this year. Is there a group on this list that you are excited about, or is it just you're just ready for the whole dang show?
I'm ready for the whole thing, for sure. Of course, these are going to be some new players that I'm going to have the pleasure of seeing for the first time, just like everyone else, if they, show up or they want to come out and hang out with us all day. But just being there and sitting at my booth and helping where I need to. Oh, come on, 12 to 8 p.m.
We're gonna
just jazz.
we're gonna have a good time.
We're gonna have a great time.
We do encourage people bring your chairs. There are a few chairs available, but not really.
There's a couple like seating areas. Each food truck station has their spot to eat your food.
Yeah,
We don't want that to be the entire area where you hang out and take up food spots where people are trying to eat.
yeah,
I think last year it was a little last minute where people were like, "Oh my gosh, I can bring my stuff."
yeah.
Bring in your chairs, like bring in your umbrellas. If you have those comfy rockers and that's going to rock for you for 8 hours there, then absolutely.
Yeah. Like
Encouraged.
I got one of the rocking chairs, the folding rocking chair things. Like that's a game changer.
That's money well spent.
it really is. But it's really cool. Like nobody thinks of the parking lot of what used to be a post office would be a cool place, but
that's what's so exciting.
But it's really cool, and I love. Like, I'm not sucking up just because I'm a member here, but like. If people haven't, and I don't know why in now 6 or 7 years, they haven't been into Bridge Space to see what was done with a former post office. It's such a cool space and a way to show how you can reuse and repurpose something into this. Cause it's great for offices. There's a really funky, cool event space on the inside. Like it's weird because it's kind of an odd shape, but it works.
You're right.
And it's cool. It's just it's a funky vibe. I have no other way to describe it than say that. And then a parking lot, like what was just a plain old dock, is now a stage. You added a little bit onto the end. You extended a little bit, so there's like a little catwalk area or something.
So we hope that
that'll be used again for this. But it's kind of fun to pack people into that parking lot and sit around and look. There's limited seating in the shading area. There's some trees along the side.
I guarantee that those will go pretty quick.
The people that used that, they got there early last year and they parked.
They were there.
They were there. I mean, like there were a few that were there early, like to see, if it was their kid and the youth and the youth stuff. And not all of them stuck around the whole day, but I'm going to say 90% of the people that got there early and planted their chairs under the shade, they were there.
Yeah.
All day long. And I wish I'm gonna have to go back through my notes and find. I wish I could remember her name, but the woman who won, she didn't win. It wasn't really a contest, but the woman who was one of the first participants in our little kazoo thing.
For the kazoo, can you kazoo?
Right?
Yeah.
She was awesome the first time, and she hung around the whole day because we brought her back up at the very end, and she kazooed with a kid.
That's amazing.
And it was so much fun, but it was great to see people come out for this. It was a brand new event last year. We didn't know. Like, I remember talking to you and Bridge Space owner Ben Rayo we didn't know what to expect. We thought we'd sold some tickets. We thought some people were going to show up. We had no idea that it would take off and be as awesome as it really was. And to see people come and stay all day long, listen to the great music. There were people dancing off and on, especially.
We had a little bit of rain.
We had a little bit of rain, which actually like
helped.
We were a little scared. Cooled us down.
It was amazing.
It was kind of, and I don't know if you remember, there were like half a dozen, maybe a little more people that were dancing in the rain. Like they were out there because we played on. The show went on.
The musicians are covered.
The musicians are covered, so they kept playing, and it was great. It was a lot of fun. Like we said, it actually cooled us down. It was kind of actually
nice. The
mixing
station does great. Mother Nature did better.
Mother Nature. But I don't know that we're doing a great job. I hope we are of explaining to people like this was it just has turned into a really cool thing. I'm excited that it's back. It's another cool arts thing happening downtown. The nice thing is I don't think we're in competition with anything this year.
No.
Last year the Symphony had a concert the same day, so there was a little bit of I actually know a few people who came early to the Jazz and then left to go to the Symphony concert, which is cool that you're doing both. I mean, awesome. Support the arts. But it's nice that maybe this year we can get a few more people,
and competition, right? But we just want people to come together, and listen to this music and help with the arts.
Hey, and if you happen to be downtown doing other things, right?
You could be at dinner.
It's a Saturday, so the farmers market will be going on.
That's true.
There's usually some cool stuff happening. So, but if you're there, you're like, hey, let's go grab some music too. Walk on up. We're just right there on Market Street, Second Market, basically.
Yep.
Right between Second and Third. Come on up to Bridge Base. It's the old post office, folks.
Listen, and you're going to see it's an old post office from the outside because that's what it looks like. It's a historical landmark.
Look, we still get
come in here.
We still get about 6 people a week that come in.
6 people a week
looking to get some mail or send some mail and
passport photos. You're going to want to go that way about 5 minutes.
But come on up. It'll be a really good time. I'm excited about it. I do want to throw one other thing because we are 9 days away. I know your group is still looking for a little bit of help.
That's correct.
So if you go to lsjazzfest.com, there is a link if you would like to volunteer, if you'd like to help out, because I know you guys are still looking for some people to help out around to make this event go as awesome as it can. And here's a little secret: if you volunteer, you get a ticket.
Yes, you do.
So,
you weren't supposed to say.
Oh, I'm supposed to say that.
No,
too
of
bad.
course, that's encouraging. Exactly. If you volunteer for a role, you could just be working the check-in tent. You could be floating around helping us just make sure trash is taken out. You have a ticket. At that point for the rest of the day, you can hang out as long as you want. Yeah, there's going to be. It's a lot of fun. Help us put on an event like everybody knows all these organizations that do nonprofit events. We always want as many volunteers as we can to help make it run smooth and be great. Hey, you get to come listen to some music too. You can stay all day. Heck yeah. There you go. Collin, awesome. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. Absolutely. Good luck in 9 days. We do. I'm just watching that countdown. I'm excited. Me too. Again, if you want to come check us out, you can get tickets at lsjazzfest.com. It'll take you right there. Dates again are the date and time again is Saturday, June 28th. We're kicking off. Gates are open at 12 o'clock, and this thing runs till 8 o'clock. Fantastic. Thanks for coming by. That'll wrap us up for this week. We'll talk to everybody next time.